Hi, this is Cheryl, also known as Desert Diva. I want to talk about something that I've been hesitant to talk about, and it's about a video that a YouTube creator made about the nomadic lifestyle and the danger to women. It just bothered me on so many levels, and some people replied in kind of a roundabout way, but no one addressed it directly. Okay, no, I take that back. Blind Views did address it directly. And he had some very good comments and observations. So I'll link his video down below. The nomadic lifestyle is really nothing new. I first got interested in the nomadic lifestyle reading a book by a British author named Richard Grant. In 2003, he wrote a book called American Nomads, and it talked about the nomadic lifestyle of different groups of people: retired people, rodeo cowboys, hobos, some teenagers who kind of had lost their way that were known in the British realm as gutter punks, and other people. Then he had a BBC documentary that he contributed to in 2011 called American Nomads, the same name. Before I retired, I used to watch that like 3 times a week. I was enamored by the nomadic lifestyle. I thought, this is what I want to do. And I still want to do it. I think that my main gripe is that the person portrayed that being on the road or being in a nomadic lifestyle is like super dangerous. It's not. Now, life is somewhat dangerous. You could walk out your door, cross the street to go to your mailbox, and get hit by a car. But I choose not to live like that. I choose to celebrate each and every moment of my life. I hesitate to tell you this, but I am going to tell you that around 30, I started having panic attacks. And I can really trace it down to a certain instance. I spent my career as a regular education teacher, a special education teacher, and an assistive technology specialist. During the time that I was a special education teacher, I had a parent-teacher conference. And I had a little guy who, he wasn't doing very well. He needed a more restrictive environment, and he needed more help than I could give him in my classroom. When I talked to the parents, they were, of course, upset, and kind of blamed me. No, not kind of, they did blame me. So I internalized that because it's someone's life, it's someone's educational life. Anyway, driving on the way home, I was reflecting on it. It was a rainy night, it was dark, it was dreary, and I was at a stoplight and I got rear-ended. And bang, I had a panic attack. I thought, okay, this is an isolated instance, but it just kept building and building and got worse and worse. It got to the point that I was almost agoraphobic. I was afraid to leave my house. I had to talk myself into leaving to go to my job. And every single day I was always there before the kids came, but I was late. And my principal didn't get it. He just reamed me out every day and threatened me and did whatever, and I guess that was his job, and I accepted that, but it was not a good time in my life. So I had free-floating anxiety. I could be in like a grocery store and in line for the checkout, and I'd have a panic attack. Well, I did what you were supposed to do. I went to therapy, took some meds, and eventually I got healthier and happier. My only regret is the years that I lost during that time. I didn't travel. I didn't explore. I wasn't adventurous. I was terrified. The message that this person, I feel, is giving to women is that the world's too much of a scary place. Don't risk it. Don't go out. That's just not true. You have to use common sense. You have to have a plan if something happens. But it's no more dangerous than regular life. I think that she's done a disservice to people. I think that some people I don't know how to put it. I think that they think she's some kind of a guru. And whereas she complained about other people being a guru, she kind of like touts herself as one herself. Another thing that I didn't like about the video is that if you want to say something, say it. But you don't have to call people out. And you don't have to be mean-spirited. And you don't have to be nasty. You know, YouTube's a big place. If you don't like what somebody says, just switch the channel. Go to another video. There's a lot to choose from. The first thing that she said, excuse me, I'm going to look down at my notes, is that, they traveled with the tribe. I should put on my glasses. Although I don't know where I put them. Oh, there they are. Got them. They traveled with the tribe. And that didn't always work. And sometimes that tribes were scary because some people were not reliable or whatever. Another thing that she said that really upset me is that these women were like, I don't know the exact quote, something about they were so ugly that their dogs wouldn't like bark at them or something. Why? Why do you have to say things like that? And then the other thing that she said is that they're just lying. No, they're not just lying. That's their view. That's their opinion. They have every right to say it. And what you should do as a responsible adult is that you should look at all the facts, weigh the risk, and make your own decision. Because guess what? In the end, you're the person that's responsible for your own safety. I think that she's done some things that I wouldn't personally do. For example, one, she gives out her email address in the notes of her video. She created a Patreon account, doesn't have any subscribers, but she created a Patreon account and she said, oh, I'll give you my phone number and we can do like phone calls. Even if somebody subscribes to a Patreon account, you don't know who they are. That's just, I don't know. It's just not wise, in my opinion. I think this is going to have more than one part. But the point that I wanted to make is that if you're a woman and you're an older woman and you have this desire to travel and to get out, go. Find out for yourself. It's not as scary as people say it is. And you know what? You might make mistakes. We all do. Hopefully you'll learn from your mistakes. And I've made quite a few. But you know what? I wouldn't trade it for anything. When you travel and you see new things and you experience new places, you learn so much. So don't be afraid. Just be cautious. Do your homework. And don't take unnecessary risks. I'll talk some more about this later.